Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about a type of question in IELTS reading. So that is multiple choice questions. Okay. So what happens in multiple choice questions? The task is, so they will give you a question and 3 or 4 options. So you have to find a correct options out of it. Correct. So likewise you will be getting, like, might be for one particular passage might be somewhere 4, 5, 6 questions as well. Okay, so there are two things that we have to follow. Okay, so one thing is, like, we have to scan for specific information in the passage. Okay, so what we have to do in the beginning is, so we have to read the questions. Okay, now here is the question, only question, so don't read the options in the beginning. Okay, so by reading the question, so by taking or considering few keywords from the question, so you have to scan for those specific information in the passage. Okay, your keywords in the passage. If you find out a particular a keyword or a specific information in any of the paragraph, so you have to read that portion in details. Okay, so understanding the information in the passage. So now what happens? So we do not know exactly so where the information is. To find out that, we have to scan, and once we have identified in which paragraph it is or where it is present in the passage, so that portion we need to read in details. Okay, not the entire passage. Might be paragraph is of 8 paragraphs. Sorry, the passage might be of 8 paragraphs. It's not necessary to read all the 8 paragraphs. So scan and identify where the information is present, and only around that specific information or keyword you read in details. Okay, and then come back to your options to select your right one. Okay, so don't read the options in the beginning. If you read options in the beginning, so you might have confusions, like when you read your text. Okay, might be like the first thing that you come across, that is what you will select as an answer. Okay, so only read the questions, and after reading through the text, so you can come back to select your option. Okay, now so these are the two steps. Okay, so scanning first, finding out place, and then understanding the information, and then going back to your options and finding out the correct option. Okay, fine. So we have a first question. We'll try to solve this based on the explanation. So the question is here, in paragraph 1, the writer suggests that companies could consider. Okay, so here straight away they have said the information is in paragraph 1, so no need to scan, so directly we know where it is. Correct. The second thing is understanding the question properly. That is really very important in multiple choice. Fine, right? So what they have asked, the writer suggests that companies could consider. So who is suggesting? Writer's suggestion. Okay, so companies could consider, they have said. So what the companies could consider according to the writer. So might be like in the passage, so what happens is, like there might be writer suggestions, employer suggestions, okay, company employers or employees suggestions. So different things might be there. So we have to identify the writer suggestion. Now, like I said, we have second step is, once we identify where the information is, we have to read that portion in details, like I said. Okay, now if they are talking about only one particular option, okay, in this case if you are reading about only one of these options, so that is the correct one. Okay, so sometimes what happens, it is difficult for us to identify one correct answer. So in that case what we have to do is, we have to use a elimination technique. Okay, elimination. So eliminate your wrong answers, so you know exactly what to expect from the questions. And suppose if there is nothing related to that, so you have to eliminate, or whatever is opposing to that, so you need to eliminate. Okay, or whatever is incorrect, you need to eliminate that. Whatever is left at the end, so that will be the correct answer. Okay, so first thing is, like, yes, try to find out a right answer. Along with finding right answer, what you do, if you feel something is incorrect, eliminate it, so it will be easy for you to compare the remaining and find out the right ones. Okay, fine. So we'll do this. Here they have said in paragraph 1, the writer suggests that companies could consider something. Fine, right? Yes, what they have said, where is it? General assumption in the older workers are paid more in spite of, rather than because of, their productivity. That might partly explain why employers are under pressure to cut costs. Correct, and so and so. Okay, here they have said, take away seniority based pay scales and older workers may become much more attractive employment proposition. Okay, something is here. So take away the seniority based pay scales. So if you want, you can continue reading. Okay, so but most employees and many workers are uncomfortable with the idea of deducing someone's pay in the later life, and so and so. Okay, so there is employer suggestion also. So we are looking for what? Writer suggestion. Okay, so this one is the place. So we'll check now when it comes with the options. So they have said take away seniority based pay scales. Okay, so what they have said, companies could consider is also there. There is a probability. Fine. In this sentence, is there a probability? Yes. So may become, workers may become. Yes. So there is a probability. So they have said take away seniority based pay scales and older worker may become much more attractive employment proposition. So abolishing pay schemes that are based on age. Okay, so is this the one they are talking about? Avoiding pay that is based on piece rates. So they are not talking anything about piece rates, right? Yes. So this is not the one. Increasing pay for older workers, they never mentioned they are going to increase. General assumption that older workers are paid more. So that is a general assumption. Okay, so they didn't say they are increasing. Equipping older workers with new skills. What they have said? They have said retaining the service of older workers may mean employing them in a different way. But did they say equipping? Equipping means hiring new like the older workers, right? But in this case they are mentioning about retaining. So that is also opposite. Okay, so this also cannot be the answer. So what is left? Abolishing pay schemes that are based on it. So we had already found it, but still we did the elimination to make it sure. Correct. So what they have said, take away seniority based pay scales and older workers may become much more attractive employment proposition. So this is how. So we'll see the second one. Skill team is an example of a company which skill team. So this is a specific term. So we'll find out where the skill team is. Where is it? So it's there in the second paragraph, skill team. So what we will do, we have scanned for the information, we found it is in the second para. So we'll read this portion in details. Okay, skill team is an example of a company which, so something. So we'll read everything in details. Okay, so IBM set up a separate company called skill team which re-employed any of the early retired who wanted to go on working up to the age of 60. Okay, an employee who joined skill team at the age of 55 on a 5-year contract would work for 58% of his time over the full period for 88% of IBM salary. Okay, the company offered service to IBM, thus allowing it to retain access to some of the intellectual capital it would otherwise have lost. Okay, they are talking about how much time they can work, how much salary would be correct, and the age of working, everything. So we'll see the options now. Offers older workers increase in salary. Did they say they are going to increase the salary? No, I don't think so. Correct? So they are telling they can work for 88% of the last IBM salary. So that means the salary is decreased. Correct? So this is wrong. Allows people to continue working as long as they want. Did they tell they can work as long as they want? No. Who wanted to go on working up to the age of 60, they have said. Correct? Employee who joins skill team at the age of 55 on a 5-year contract. So only 5-year contract. So that means up to the age of 60 they can work. So they cannot work as long as they want. This is eliminated. Allows the expertise of older workers to be put in use. Okay, we'll see that. So this was something here. The company offered service to IBM. Thus allowing it to retain access to some of the intellectual capital it would otherwise have lost. Correct? Intellectual capital, that is expertise. Okay, expertise of older workers. Okay, so this is something interesting, we'll keep it. So treats older and younger workers equally. So they never mentioned it is treating equally, so this is out of question. So this C is the most suitable answer here because all the other things we have eliminated. Clear? So this is the technique that you have to find. Okay, definitely when it comes with multiple choice questions it will consume a little more time compared to your other type of questions, but don't worry, we have to do a little bit of intensive reading once we found out the places, but what happens, the other questions answers we will find it very easily because most of the things we have already read when it comes to the passage. Correct? Might be there are some other fill in the blanks questions, might be, or other type of questions, so we know exactly where to read. Okay, so it's okay to utilize a little more time for multiple choice questions. Okay, we'll move forward. The third one, according to the writer, bridge jobs. Okay, according to the writer. So bridge jobs, what according to the writer is bridge jobs? So bridge jobs is something here, correct? So we'll read this portion in details. Bridge jobs, time or temporary employment that creates more gradual transition from full-time work to retirement. Okay, it is a gradual transition from full-time work to retirement. Studies have found that in United States, nearly half of the men and women who have been full-time jobs in the middle age moved into such bridge jobs at the end of their working lives. Okay, the ones who have already about to get retired. Okay, in general, it is the best paid and worst paid who carry on working. They seem to be two very different types of bridge job holders. Those who continue working because they have to, and those who continue working because they want to. They want to and have to, okay? Even though they could afford to retire. Okay. Now we'll come to the options. Tend to attract people of middle salary ranges. Is it? Are they talking about middle salary? Something like middle something was here, correct? No? Nearly half of men who have been full-time in the middle age it is, okay? So this is middle salary they are talking about. They have not mentioned it is of salary, so this is wrong. Are better paid than full-time jobs. So did they mention anywhere it is better paid than full-time jobs? No, they never mentioned it. So we have read it. Originated in United States something here. Studies have found that in United States, nearly half of all men and women had been in the full-time jobs in middle age, moved to such bridge jobs at the end of their working lives. This is studies have found in United States. They didn't say it originated in United States. That is wrong. So what is left now? D. Appeal to a distinct group of older workers. Yeah, distinct group. Which type of distinct group? So one they have said is like nearly half of men and women who have been in full-time jobs in the middle age moved into such bridge jobs. Okay, at the end of their working lives, during their time of retirement. Okay, appeal to a distinct group of older workers, correct? So above what is that? Middle age people, that is something, the ones who are almost. And one more thing they have said here, those who continue working because they have to, and those who continue working because they want to, even though they could afford to retire. They are talking something about retirement. Even in this case, like at the end of their working lives, that is also retirement again. Okay, even here like what is that talking about retirement. So most of the places it is talking about the ones retirement. So that is a distinct group of older workers. Okay, so the one who are almost on the verge of retirement. And yes, definitely we had already found out the answer by eliminating other things. This was the remaining. So but to make sure, so we have gone through it again, and we have got everywhere it is like giving us directions to retirement age. So that is the distinct group of older workers. Now last one, David Story's study found that. So what is David Story's study? Where is it? Okay, David Story. Okay, here. David Story of Warwick University found that, so this is his found, whatever is found. So in Britain, 70% of businesses started by people over 55 survived, compared with an overall national average of only 19%. So that is his study. So what is this? People demand more from their work. No, this is not this study. Older people are good at running own business. Okay, they are talking about older people over 55, right? And they're talking about business. Yeah, we'll come to that again. An increasing number of older people are self-employed. Okay, this is also something related. Few young people have their own businesses. Okay. Yeah, they're talking about a national average of only 19%, but it is not the main scope of studies. Scope of studies was older people business. So what they've said, they may start their business. A study by David Story of Warwick University found that in Britain, 70% of business started by people over 55 survived, correct? Compared to the national average of only 19%. So that means older people are maintaining their business well. So that is older people are good at running their own business. An increasing number of older people are self-employed. That is not the thing. So they are not talking about how much number of older people are self-employed. The studies is how much businesses started by over 55 survived. Okay, so that is why it is the correct answer. Okay, that is B. Fine. So these are the some things that you have to, I mean, keep in mind while trying to attend the multiple choice questions. A little bit trickier questions, but exactly. So suppose if you read it perfectly, so without what is that any without leaving anything from your passage. Okay, so not the entire passage. So the part where you have found it, fine, right? So you have to understand where to read and how much to read, and then come back to the options to find the right answer. Like I said, you can find one right answer, or else you can eliminate the wrong ones and find the right answer. If you have like confusions, you can do both. Find the right answers and try to eliminate also. Both should match at that time. Okay. So yes, I guess that's all with the multiple choice question. I hope everything is clear with you guys. So in the next video, we'll see some more concept of IELTS reading. Until then, keep learning, guys.